Welcome to Nevada Newsmakers. On the broadcast today, Susan Fisher joins us. She's Senior Vice President of Government Relations for McDonald Carano for the whole show on an all-new Nevada Newsmakers.
Hello, is this D&D Roofing?
Yes, it is. How may I help you?
You did such a great job on my roof. May I speak to the owner?
I am an owner.
Oh, can I speak to your supervisor?
Sure.
How may I help you?
I love your work. May I speak to the owner?
I am an owner. We're all owners. Well, that's why at D&D we work so hard to keep your home safe and sound.
Oh, no wonder.
D&D Roofing and Sheet Metal. Local, employee-owned, here for you.
Retail's impact on Nevada's economy? Enormous. 8,600 businesses, large and small, employing 145,000 workers. And last fiscal year, retail paid tax on nearly $60 billion in sales. We're the Retail Association of Nevada. We support retail, we help it grow, and we mean business.
RANNV.org.
Take a look at Pro Group Management and see how your workers' comp requirements can be met head-on. By taking a proactive approach, Pro Group can assure that your company is meeting or exceeding state and federal standards. As you move forward in your industry, Pro Group moves with you, simplifying regulatory tasks, clearing the way so you can get the job done and look to your future success. Pro Group Management, workers' comp that works for you.
Early in the morning or throughout the night, professional truck drivers are on the job, serving you, safely moving freight that's crucial to our economy. From the oldest industries to our newest innovators, from the exotic to the everyday, trucks are everywhere, moving everything. Never afraid to embrace a future that makes Nevada and our nation stronger. Trucking moves America forward.
This is Nevada Newsmakers with host Sam Shad, a no-holds-barred political forum. Now, from the Nevada Newsmakers broadcast headquarters, here is Sam Shad.
And back on Nevada Newsmakers, we are always delighted to welcome back to the program Susan Fisher. She is Senior Vice President of Government Relations for McDonald Carano. Pleasure to have you back on the program.
Thanks, Sam. Happy to be here.
As we are taping this, it's only been a few days since the Clark County Education Association came out with two plans to raise taxes to go towards schools. The first one was an increase in the gaming tax. Your thoughts on that so far?
Well, I think that the sponsor is a little bit of a lightning rod, and that's an understatement. He succeeded.
And that's the president of the association.
Yes, yeah, and he ticked off everybody at the last legislative session. He's very brash, very, very brash. But, you know, he's got to do what he's got to do for the organization. I think that if you put that on the ballot, it's going to pass, because people think that gaming doesn't pay its fair share, even though they employ how many thousands and thousands of people in Nevada. But I think that the general public will probably say, yeah, they're making a lot of money, and they're buying and selling all of these casinos and sort of trading them around for hundreds and hundreds of millions of dollars or billions of dollars, and so they can afford this. And I think they've got a good chance of passage.
We saw a huge battle between those that were for question 3 versus those that were against question 3. The power company won out, but they spent $63 million in the process.
Who's paying for that? Just asking.
You know, I asked Michael Yakira on this program, the former head of NV Energy. No, I said to him, how long will it take to amortize the cost of that $63 million? And he would not answer me on that question.
Yeah.
He said he didn't know, but I'm sure it wasn't that long. But they could far outspend whatever the teachers union wanted to spend. So let me give a counter argument, and you tell me what you think.
The teachers union, didn't they say $2 million is
Right.
what they're No, that's the realtors. Never mind, that's a different issue, yeah.
No, but I mean, it was a substantial amount that the teachers union was talking about,
right.
But by comparison with what gaming could put up, it would be minuscule.
Yeah.
But here's the counter argument that I would make, and I've made to people over the past several years when we talk about how low the gaming tax is in Nevada. Doesn't it attract businesses to build on the Las Vegas Strip and spend billions of dollars by the fact that if they were in Pennsylvania, for example, they would pay a 40% somewhere in that region tax versus the 6 3/4 that they would pay in Nevada, and therefore they're willing to put billions of dollars. We have Resorts World on the Strip right now putting together the first part of a multi-billion-dollar resort.
And look at those construction jobs.
Right, and the Drew, another property that is going to put $1 billion into the economy. So
and really fixing up a lot of, they're building a lot of really new innovative ones. They're cleaning up old ones. The Strip is actually getting, not the Strip, but the downtown Las Vegas is actually seeing a lot of improvements as well, and that could have a very big chilling effect on old downtown Las Vegas as well.
Do you think that the construction, you brought up construction, that the construction trades would come out against the Clark County Education Association as well?
Yes.
And NSCA, the statewide teachers organization, has already said they're not against raising the $1 billion. They've talked about that in this program for years now, that that's what we need in terms of additional funding for education. But they're saying this is not the way to do it.
Well, why don't we reallocate some of the dollars that were put into place that the voters thought were going to go for education? What about the marijuana tax? A lot of people who voted for the marijuana tax voted for that only because they thought this is going to go for education, and it didn't. It went to the general fund. Now, some of that trickles down to education, but I think that we need to look at some reallocations. Yes, we're getting bigger, and yes, we need to look at more funding, more ways to get funding. We're in the process of sort of unraveling GOED, the Governor's Office on Economic Development. I don't know how far they're going to unravel it, but I think that there's certainly been a big pullback on interest in GOED, and there's been a lot of pressure to stop a lot of the tax abatements. And people say, we're just giving everything away. But what are you giving it away for? You're not giving it away because the ROI has been historically very, very good.
Well, and Northern Nevada, for example, would not be even close to where it is if it weren't for the Tesla deal.
Right. We have a resurgence here. We have a lot of interest in Northern Nevada. There's a lot of construction going on, as you know, and a lot of people don't want construction. They don't want change. Well, if a town quits growing, a town starts dying, period. That's all there is to it. And if you don't accept that, you get your head in the sand. And I think that our city leaders are really trying to do a good job, and the county leaders on doing smart growth. What we need to look at with Trick and all the development out there, and what's going to go on past Trick, Fernley is going to be booming. And a lot of people in Fernley are going, we like our small town. You know what? This is just the way it goes. I liked small Reno. That's one of the reasons why I moved here. And it's grown a lot, but I can still run into people at the grocery store that I know. And I love that about Reno. There's still a small town feel, but we've made some great strides, and we've changed the entire environment in Reno in recent years because of Tesla and Panasonic and a lot of the others that are going. We've got Google, we've got Apple, we've got Switch here, and others that I don't even know about. I'll hear the name and I'll think, what in the heck is that? And they've got 200 employees, but it's tech, and they're bringing in a different environment, a more educated workforce.
A higher paid workforce.
A higher paid workforce, indeed, which is bringing up wages in a lot of other jobs. You know, we keep looking at raising the minimum wage. Businesses have to pay more now, just because you can't hire somebody for $8 an hour anymore, because When these guys are paying $17 an hour, $15, $17, $18 an hour or more, everyone else has to raise their wages to keep up with that. And, you know, at some point they raise their prices a little bit too, but we're also getting a lot more housing, which we've needed. And the mayor has recognized, okay, we got to do something about this. And they are. She is. So we're changing. And I think in many ways we're changing. Look what's going on in downtown Reno.
All right, let's take a break. More with Susan Fisher when we come back.
Tamarack Junction is South Reno's hotspot with over 450 of the latest slots and video games. Sully's Sports Bar, the Dining Car Restaurant, William Hill Sportsbook, and the Tamarack Steakhouse and Lounge. We're just north of the Summit Mall in South Virginia. Yeah.
Ahern Rentals began as Signal Gas Station on Las Vegas Boulevard. Founder John Ahern grew the business by offering rentals. His son Don built on John's legacy, growing Ahern Rentals into the largest independently owned American rental company, with 89 locations in 30 states. Don also brought his experience and vision to equipment manufacturing with Extreme Manufacturing and Snorkel. Today, Ahern Rentals continues to bring its family values to a new generation. Learn more at ahern.com.
Hi, I'm Eric Robnett, owner of Home Energy Experts. Has this ever happened to you?
Honey, did you remember to turn down the thermostat?
Forgetting to set the temperature? Not fun. We can help. Our new smart thermostat keeps the temperature set for your comfort all by itself.
I'm feeling hot now.
To increase your comfort, go to homeenergyexperts.com for details. That's homeenergyexperts.com.
The signs and symptoms of cataracts can start out small with subtle changes in your vision. So don't wait. Be proactive and take your vision into your own hands. If you're experiencing the onset of cataracts or just have questions, contact your eye care professional or call Eye Care Associates of Nevada today. Dr. Hiss has years of experience specializing in the surgical correction of eye disorders and has completed over 84,000 vision correcting procedures. At Eye Care Associates of Nevada, we'll change the way you look at the world.
The Tamarack Junction Steakhouse is known for signature steaks, handcrafted cocktails, and world-class wines. Join us Thursdays and Friday nights from 4:30 to 6:30 in the Steakhouse Lounge for live music, gourmet plates, and well-priced wines, just north of the Summit Mall on South Virginia.
This is Nevada Newsmakers.
And back on Nevada Newsmakers, we continue our conversation with Susan Fisher. She's the Senior Vice President of Government Relations for McDonald Carano, one of the state's great law firms. You know, you'll get no argument. I am a pro-growth person. I'm happy to say it on the program. If people disagree with that, that's all well and good. But your thought about, you know, if you're not growing, you're dying is absolutely correct. And if it weren't for the state getting involved with TRI and Tesla and Panasonic, and people don't realize that it is Panasonic as well. They kind of get shunted off to the side sometimes, but they're a huge player here. What, around 6,500 employees currently out there? All these other companies are coming because of that. And that started, if we hadn't given the incentives to Tesla, they would never have come.
Look, I represent a state regulatory board, the Professional Engineers and Land Surveyors, and they're getting applications for temporary permits or temporary licenses and even permanent licenses all the time from people all over the world who Panasonic and Tesla need to bring in. They'll employ local ones if they can, but there's very specified training that they need to have. So they've revised their processes so that they can get people like engineers who need to come in here and work. They can get them licensed like that so that they're putting them to work here. And that's still more revenue that's coming back into the state. They're staying here, they're living here, they're eating here, shopping here, working here, and taxes are being paid on those wages.
Do you feel that, as some people have said, that we are going to see more incentives going to Southern Nevada than we will do potentially for Northern Nevada? And does that concern you?
I'm wondering how many incentives we're going to be seeing anymore.
Period.
Right. I really am. I think, you know, and I have a lot of respect for Michael Brown. He's a good businessman. He's been around Nevada for many, many years. Hasn't been a resident necessarily of Nevada. He is still sort of a part-time resident here, but he's head of this agency. But he sent out a tweet over the weekend about, retweeted an article saying, you know, incentives don't work. we don't really see anything from incentives. I'm not going to agree with that. And you know,
But does that not reflect the governor's opinion rather than necessarily his own? Because
absolutely.
I think Michael Brown has made it.
Bidding.
Yeah, that he is a team player,
right.
and he is working for this governor. But but doesn't that concern you then? That
Yes.
the governor is
The governor has somewhat overlooked GOED, I think. He's been very busy getting up to speed on how state operations work, and he's still got a ways to go. He's got some terrific staff who has some experience, but there's not enough for the governor to go around. And you know, I think that when we look at incentives to bring in good businesses, I think the governor hasn't quite recognized yet. I'm going to get in trouble for saying this. Sorry, Governor Sisolak, but I think that he hasn't quite recognized the very positive impact that GOED has had on this state. Look, we brought in the Raiders, and a lot of people say, oh, that's public money. Well, you can argue it's public money because of bonding, but it's not really public money. It's tourist money that's paying for this. And the jobs that have been created through this, and still created and going to be created long term, this is a game changer for Southern Nevada. This is a game changer for Nevada, period. Bringing the Raiders in, they wouldn't have come if there hadn't been some of the incentives that they got.
All right, let's take a break. More with Susan Fisher when we come back.
Dimitri Prine here for Design Outdoor. At Design Outdoor, we specialize in all hardscapes, pavers, and walls you'll need for everything, from wonderful small yards to full-blown outdoor living. And we only refer the best contractors to make your vision a reality. Our store and backyard are located at 11600 South Virginia, just north of DeMonte Ranch Parkway. Visit designoutdoor.com or call us at 851-9499.
I'm men's rights attorney Marilyn York, and because I represent men in all family law matters, women often call me gender traitor, woman hater, and even disgusting. So why represent men and target myself with these offensive monikers? It's simple. Children with fathers in their lives are 6 times less likely to drop out of school, 15 times less likely to go to prison, and 5 times less likely to commit suicide. So ladies, you can hate me, but please love your children more than you hate their fathers.
Hi, I'm Dave Newman. Remember me? I used to be the house detective, and now I'm a realtor, full-time at RE/MAX Realty Affiliates. A lot of people ask me, how's the market? You know what? It's fantastic. If you're even kicking around the idea of buying or selling, give me a call. Let's talk about it. Call me at RE/MAX Realty Affiliates and just ask for the guy who used to be the house detective, Dave Newman.
The signs and symptoms of cataracts can start out small with subtle changes in your vision. So don't wait. Be proactive and take your vision into your own hands. If you're experiencing the onset of cataracts or just have questions, contact your eye care professional or call Eye Care Associates of Nevada today. Dr. Hiss has years of experience specializing in the surgical correction of eye disorders and has completed over 84,000 vision correcting procedures. At Eye Care Associates of Nevada, we'll change the way you look at the world.
This is Nevada Newsmakers.
And back on Nevada Newsmakers, we continue our conversation with Susan Fisher. She's the Senior Vice President of Government Relations for McDonald Carano. Another thing then, let's talk about in terms of incentives, developments, things like that. For TRI, to me, the success of that project was not only the fast permitting, but the fact that the developer put in the infrastructure before the customers came.
That was huge.
Yeah, and that seemed to me to make all the difference between TRI and Apex, which has struggled for so many years.
Right, and it's paid off for them. But we also had individual investors who owned that, who had the means to put that in. You know, the city of North Las Vegas is still really recovering. They haven't fully recovered. They're doing a good job, and I think that Mayor Lee is doing a good job as well as he can, given the resources that they have in North Las Vegas.
But isn't that, though, the state's responsibility? Because in the end, the state took over the TRI roads, for example, and built the whole build out all the way out to Silver Springs.
Yeah,
that opens
which is
up
a lovely
development.
road.
Yeah, that opens up development for all kinds of things down the road, if you'll pardon the pun.
Right.
But shouldn't the state be, putting in as much infrastructure as they can to help that part develop?
There have been a couple of bills passed to help with the infrastructure development in
Apex.
Apex, thank you. There have been a couple of bills to help primarily with utility infrastructure to help fund that, so that Southwest Gas doesn't have to pay up front for all of the infrastructure to go out there, because a utility is not going to just prospectively go in and put in the infrastructure. They can't. They're not allowed to. The PUC won't allow them to do that, to prospectively put in new infrastructure, new utilities, or overbuild for future growth, because they can't collect that through rates.
Right.
So they're prohibited from that. So there were some bills that were passed this last session, and I think the one prior, and please don't ask me for any details on it, but it does help them with the recovery so that they can do some prospective infrastructure development. But it's not enough. It's not enough. What we really need is, it's unfortunate that Apex is not owned by somebody like a Roger Norman or
Lance Gilman.
Thank you, Lance Gilman. Sorry, it's Monday morning. It's a holiday while we're taping this. So I think that's inhibited it quite a bit, and it's a ways out there. It's a little ways farther than Trick, but not that much farther. But they also have some different terrain issues there that Trick doesn't have. I mean, Trick is just the trifecta. It's perfect.
But the goal is diversification.
Yes.
And that certainly has occurred in northern Nevada,
Yes.
just in time. It's like riding in on a white horse. Even though tourism and gaming is never going to be minimalized in southern Nevada,
Right.
it would be nice to see other industries be able to grow.
Absolutely.
And with, as we've seen with Amazon and these other huge companies, they are not going to move somewhere without incentives.
Right.
Just one other thing on this topic is we're now looking at Fernley with 2 industrial parks
Yes.
potentially, but that's going to require lands bills. The Clark County lands bill looks kind of iffy.
Because the 3-4 entities are not talking to each other. They're finally just starting to talk, and if you talk with the chair of the Clark County Commission, Marilyn Kirkpatrick, and I'm sure you've had her on the show in
Yes,
the past,
indeed.
and she's amazing.
Yes.
I love that woman. I miss having her at the legislature, but I think that she's doing a really terrific job at the county commission. And they're trying, but there's too much competition between those 4 entities, between North Las Vegas, City of Las Vegas, Henderson, and Clark County. There's too much competition, and they say, all right, we want to do a release, but we want it over here, we want it over here, we want it over here. And they've just got to sit down and put their egos aside and get it done.
Well, the other thing too is that Ivan Pa, Marilyn Kirkpatrick was on the program a few weeks ago, and talking about the fact that she could potentially serve 10 years on the commission, and she thought that within that 10-year period, Ivan Pa would be alive and thriving, which is amazing that it's being moved up that fast.
Yeah.
But that is going to
before it was like 25 years out
Correct.
or something from now.
But I mean, with the growth that we're seeing, I mean, it doesn't shock me that we would be moving in that direction. And I think also that 30-year timeline was always, let's push it off, push it off,
Right.
push it off.
I think that could be the next Apex, only Apex squared, perhaps.
Correct. Yes.
And I think that when they do get the cargo airport built there, and an airport is a lot more expensive to build than an industrial park, but I think that if they have a combination between the two, oh man, that's a winner.
Oh, it's a huge city, light rail
Yeah.
between there and the city of Las Vegas. But they will need a lands bill to be able to get the additional land needed to, not for the airport per se, because I think they have 18,000 acres for that.
Right.
But beyond that, for all the other
But you've got the
industrial
checkerboard in between where you've got to put rail through, and actually there's rail that goes out. I don't know how far the rail goes. that goes out past Seven Magic Mountains, which is an amazing place,
Yes,
by the way.
yes.
If you have not seen
Yes,
that,
it
you
is.
need to. And out past Jean and on. So they need to have the commercial rail and the light rail for it. They got to get workers out there, and we don't want all the workers going on the I-15 either.
No, to say the least. But then you have Tick Segerblom saying, I'd be happy if Ivanpah was never built.
Yeah, but Tick would, there's another person who probably voted against 90% of the bills that I ever worked on, but I still love the guy because I always knew where I stood with him. He's terrific. And if he can help you, he will. But if we never built another home, if we never built another business in Nevada, he'd be perfectly happy.
The idea a couple of months ago was...
Unless it was a marijuana business.
Yeah. The idea was a couple of months ago that there was going to be an omnibus lands bill for Nevada. That seems to be out the window now.
Yeah, I think so too. That's what I've been hearing.
But do we see any other lands bills go through, do you think? Got about 30 seconds.
Well, as far as lands bill, there's also the NAS Fallon expansion, and there are a lot of people on both sides on that. CMM, Senator Catherine Cortez Masto, has some very grave concerns about that because of the public access. I know mineral exploration folks have grave concerns about that too. That's a lot of land that's taken out of the way. There are a lot of minerals there. But we also understand national security, but there's no balance.
But do we have even close to a winning hand to be able to play against the military?
Nope.
And that's where we have to leave it. Susan Fisher, always a pleasure. Thank you, ma'am.
Great to be here.
Great to see you. And we'll be right back. A bird's eye captures its surroundings at different heights. At Brian Culpa Photography, we can make your imagination soar over buildings, parks, cityscapes, and beyond. Brian's images tell the story and get the job done. If you need a new perspective to tell your story, contact Brian today. Brian Culpa Photography. Experience the bird's eye view at brianculpaphotography.com.
Hi, my name's Marilyn Miner, and I'm sure you'd agree that Nevada's a very special place to live. I was born here, and my husband and I have raised our family here. I feel it's a privilege to live and work in the Truckee Meadows. I especially enjoy helping my clients reach their real estate goals. Sometimes the smallest details provide the greatest satisfaction. I'd be complimented to talk to you about your next move.
Call Marilyn Miner at Dixon Realty, 742-1280, or log on to marilynminer.com.
St. Ives Florist, for every holiday and every special occasion. For romance. Custom home design. We have the largest selection of fresh flowers in northern Nevada. And we also offer a large selection of unique gift items. Come see me, Lori Ann, at St. Ives Florist, 700 South Wells Avenue, or call me at 333-9190.
Pro Group Management is the place where companies can find workers' comp solutions that are designed to meet their specific business requirements. As regulations evolve, Pro Group takes a proactive approach to clear the path to make sure your business stays ahead of the curve. Knowing your workers' comp program is optimized, you can focus on other important matters related to your growing business. Pro Group Management, workers' comp that works for you.
You can now watch Nevada Newsmakers on YouTube. Just go to YouTube and search for Nevada Newsmakers and become a subscriber. We'll see you on the next broadcast. Thanks for watching and listening.